Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm gonna try to set this right here. I'm driving right now, but anyways, welcome to the latest episode of Real Talk. Where am I right now? Well, I'm just kind of out and about right now, and just doing a little bit of errands and stuff, but I was going to take you along with me as I went to one of my Blu-ray movie hotspots, Half-Price Books and Records. Which actually, even if you don't really like movies that much, just check out their books. I don't really like going to Barnes & Noble that much, and I'm not much of a digital reader myself, so Amazon books, stuff like that doesn't really appeal to me. I like to have the actual hard copies. And then, they actually usually have a pretty good selection. Movies, on the other hand, they do have a good selection, but I will admit they are just a touch overpriced. But I'm going to take you in there. I'm going to try and see if we can just get I'm going to try to record as much as I can anyway. I tried it in there once before, and one of the tellers looked at me like I was a person casing the joint or whatever, because that's what I want to do on my Friday nights is rob Half-Price Books and take all their used shitty books that no one wants. Anyways, I'm not really looking for anything in particular. I just try to go out every once in a while and just see what I can find. What's going on with you guys? Tell me how you're doing. Let me know in the comments. I want to know. A lot of this stuff I'm probably gonna cut around and edit it. Okay. What movies are you guys seeing this weekend? I plan on seeing John Wick 2 because I think actually the last review that I had up on this site, or on Talking Movies Online, was for Passengers. So yeah, I'm definitely overdue to see a movie. I kind of stayed away from them for a while in January just because it's such a toilet bowl to try to swim through. I mean, you have such gems like Rings, Resident Evil, Underworld 10, or whatever the hell it's on, Triple X, the sequel no one gives a shit about, and so much more. But I wanted to check out John Wick 2. I really like the first one a lot. Just the action choreography in it alone is fantastic. Okay. Anyways, I'm pulling up right now. There's a couple of old geezers in my way right now. I always like that, old geezers. You guys ever call it that? I don't know. Oh, and I'm going down the wrong way of the parking lot. See, this is what happens, kids, when you record on video while you're driving. You make stupid decisions. And I'm getting close. Okay. Alright. Parked. Safe. I can no longer harm anybody. Let's see. Am I able to... I don't know if I'm able to flip this around, but there she is. Half-Price Books. There's a great beam right in the way, so you can't see shit. But anyways, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to see what I can find. I just drove away from Half-Price Books just a second ago, and I know it looks like the sun's in my eye, but I promise you I can actually see right now. I'm not gonna just collide into some little small child on the road. Anywho though, I had a lot of movies in my hand. Only ended up getting 2 just because I wanted to, screw it, I wanted to treat myself today. What did I end up getting? First one, it's a classic. I don't know why I really haven't owned it. I still need to own the second one. No interest in the third one. No interest in the third one. X-Men. The original with Hugh Jackman. I believe it came out in 2000. It's kind of the movie that set his career on fire. Love the first X-Men. I really just remember it was really the first movie I think I'd seen, because I believe it actually came before Spider-Man did. But X-Men just show that, comic book movies can not only be fun and entertaining, but also thought-provoking. I mean, it had thoughts on segregation and, you know, tolerance of other people's races and cultures. A lot of, you know, big concepts in it that still apply, you know, to this day. So very relevant, and, you know, just great acting and cast all around. Fantastic movie. The other movie I got, I honestly don't really remember it that well. I remember I saw it in theaters when I was a kid, and like I didn't really get it, you know, but I've heard it's like a classic and really hard to find on Blu-ray actually. But I got AI, the movie from Steven Spielberg with Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law. Cool little thing on that movie, if you didn't know, it was actually a movie that Stanley Kubrick was going to be doing, but he passed away, unfortunately. He was not able to finish his script for it, so Steven Spielberg eventually got the rights for it and basically finished it to his version. But to my knowledge anyway, a good portion, or a lot of the movie, is, at least on paper, the vision that, you know, Stanley Kubrick had in mind, which is pretty cool. And I'm just a big sucker for sci-fi, anything that has robots, space, whatever in it, I'm definitely in. So I'll be really curious to check that one out on Blu-ray and see if I actually appreciate it more or end up liking it, or if it's just kind of a dud and just, you know, whatever, don't care for it. Hey, let's talk Valentine's Day, guys. It is coming up. It's upon us. We can't hide from it. We have to do a few different options. One, if you're single, you could just have movie marathons, Netflix, whatever you want, and have that be it. Probably no pants on too. Definitely no pants on. No pants on, Cheetos, ice cream, self-pity and shame and hate. Gotta have hate in there. And you'll be good. I think I'm just gonna stay away from the theaters on Valentine's Day. I don't really like doing that sort of thing, and like, aside from John Wick, there is the Lego Batman movie, which I'm hearing good things about. I want to check it out. I might hold off on that just because I don't really go out of my way to see movies like that in theaters always. Oh yeah, there's 50 Shades Darker. Could go to that and laugh my ass off at the softcore porn that movie is. Man, have you guys seen the first one? It's painful. It is a painful experience. I feel like Coldplay's a little loud right now. Let's turn that down. Can't have too much well, you can't, no, there's no such thing as too much Coldplay. Oh, this is kind of a neat thing, just straying off of movies a little bit. I'm finally getting around, or I'm trying to slowly get around to watching some more TV shows that I'm backed up on. I've started watching the 4th season of Marin on IFC. Marin, if you guys haven't seen, is, hang on, it is hotter than a cat's nutsack in here. What does that even mean? I started watching Marin on IFC, or it's from IFC, but anyways, they finally had the latest season on Netflix, and I absolutely love the first 3 seasons. For those of you who don't know who Marin is all about the current life of comedian and podcaster Mark Maron. He's a really famous alt comic, has a lot of very self-deprecating, just like hate, you know, really kind of down on themselves type of humor, but it's very funny, it's relatable to me at least. And yeah, I really like the show. 4th season, I will admit, it's definitely not my favorite of the show so far, but oh, it's uncomfortable. And it's supposed to be, I think, at a point, just because like his life is spiraling out of control. He's got a big beard, he's shitting in a bucket in a storage shed while he's on Oxy. I mean, it's funny, and I have to think that some of that's being drawn from stuff he's actually done, because I know he had drug problems for real a long time ago. But anyways, if you guys, you know, have a minute on Netflix, and you know the episodes are only like 20 minutes long or so, check it out. It's Marin. It's really funny stuff. Very dry humor. A lot of good guest comedians that show up there too. Bill Burr, Dennis Leary. Louis C.K. I think's been on there before. Who else? Andy Kindler. I don't know. There's a few other ones, but anyways, check it out. But the one I actually want to talk to you guys about, because I know it got a lot of buzz around Emmy time, and I think it actually did win a Golden Globe or 2 for something. But it's American Crime Story: The People vs. O.J. Simpson. I'm not done with it yet. I've only watched 3 episodes of it so far, and I think there's 10 total. But I am liking it so far. It's interesting because OJ happened, I believe, in 1994. I was like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years old or something. So obviously I don't remember it. But obviously growing up in the time, I understand like how big of a deal it was. It is, they called it the trial of the century. And the show, from what I can tell anyway, I like how it's not, it's not really clearly saying like he did it. There's definite implications that for sure he did. The evidence, from what I can tell, is stacked against him. And obviously I kind of know how it's gonna play out. I'm pretty sure, he gets off. That's what history has told me. Hang on, there is a fire hydrant, or fire truck. Fire hydrants don't make that noise. Do you see it? Where is it? There it is. Woo! Pretty good show so far. Cuba Gooding Jr. Wow. I wasn't sure if he was nominated or not, but I think he should be from what I'm seeing. And if that's how OJ is in real life, mentally unstable, because that's what I'm gathering from it, is that the guy is not all there. It shows he's like on pills for some of it, but he just, I don't know. His motivations are definitely questionable in the show, so there's definitely a lot of intrigue with that. It's shot very well. Great supporting cast with like Bruce Greenwood, Sarah Paulson, John Travolta, which, damn, the man's had a lot of plastic surgery, but I don't know, I got a soft spot for Travolta. He is a good actor when he commits himself to something, and he's really good as, is it Robert Shapiro? Am I pronouncing that right? Sleazebag attorney for OJ. That's basically all I gather from him at this point, and fake as shit, which maybe that's why Travolta is supposed to look all plasticky and weird in it. I got back from Half Price Books just a little bit ago. As you can see, I changed and everything. I ended up having to call in the middle of it for my little brother Thomas. Just finished my thoughts on People versus O.J. Simpson. First, just on the story of itself, like it's a crazy story, and I can see why, FX would want to pick it up and make it into like a mini series like how it is, because so far I'm really into it, and holy shit, the LAPD, they look so incompetent. Wow. Excited to watch the rest of the show, but yeah, liking what I'm seeing so far. Travolta, he's pretty good. Cuba Gooding Jr., he's definitely good. There's kind of some parts where I'm like, he doesn't quite look like O.J. Simpson 100%, but I'll still be like, oh, I'll give him a pass on it. Oh, actually, one thing, one last piece of little movie news I want to talk about. I was reading a while ago that, now, if you're not familiar, okay. That's an edit. Okay. James Cameron, a long time ago, he had a movie project in the works for a while called Battle Angel, and it was based off of like this like old like Japanese manga or something like that. Anyways, it was thought for a long time that the project just got scrapped and, whatever, just fell by the wayside. Turns out actually that Cameron is still has the rights to it, is going to be producing it, but instead Robert Rodriguez of Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Predators, Sin City, all that stuff, he's going to be doing it. So I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on that, because I was really on board with it when I knew Cameron was going to be doing it because of, his involvement with Terminator and the fact that, it's about a cyborg female, basically badass, that it becomes a bounty hunter and takes out like assholes. Sounds like a sweet concept, and Rodriguez doing it, I don't hate the idea. Thankfully, I would probably actually like hate the idea if Cameron was not attached at all in some capacity, but thank God he is. But what gets me nervous is I'm like, just like, Rodriguez lately, he just keeps doing the machete thing, and just like that B-movie grindhouse stuff, and I'm like, oh, get away from that. But if he keeps the stylized vision of like having something as stylized as Sin City combined with his action elements that he has in Desperado, it could actually make for a pretty sweet movie. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap up just because I'm in the middle of doing a couple other things right now. Namely just chores and stuff. It sucks how much time that takes. Guys, here's my questions to you. What are you seeing this weekend? Are you gonna check out the Lego Batman movie? Are you gonna see John Wick Chapter 2? Do you have any cheeseball, like, romantic guilty pleasure movies? I want to know. If I'm thinking of some off the top of my head, I'd have to go with He's Just Not That Into You, Legally Blonde. Hang on, there's some other ones. Let's see, what else is on the shelf right now? Oh, come on, I'm like drawing. Oh, It's Complicated. The Nancy Meyers movie, basically white rich people problems with Alec Baldwin, Steve Martin, and Meryl Streep. It's a funny movie. That and Something's Gotta Give. Actually, basically any Nancy Meyers movie is almost a guilty pleasure movie of mine. They're so damn charming. Alright guys, well that just about wraps up this week for Real Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the ride. I'll keep trying to, kind of mix it up and move it around a little bit. But anyways, leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And, thanks so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me having your support. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.